had a bit of everything, didn't it, Russ? I mean, you could have won it, could have lost it, you've come away with a point. What are your thoughts on that one?
I thought it was a good game. I thought it was just a really good game with two good teams going toe to toe, having a real good battle for control, for territory. A bit messy towards the end. I think the game went a little bit messy and both teams really trying to win it. And that's what I said to the players after. I think we're playing one of the best teams and strongest squads in the league in terms of a look at the personnel they have. There's no doubt about that. They're really working hard under a new manager to get some momentum. I think when we've watched other games against them, the last 20 minutes turns into Sunderland just attacking and dominating and other teams hanging on. That never happened today. I thought we started really well despite conceding the goal, which is it's outrageous. Then bounced back unbelievably well, really good. And then for the last 15 minutes of the first half, struggled. We needed half time to come. And then second half, it was just a ding dong really. I think there wasn't. And listen, I think if the pitch is better, I think it helps us gain a bit more control, a bit more give away less chances. But I'm so proud of the players that they fought so hard for each other. They defended so hard. They worked so hard. They were tired towards the end. We had a lot of players who played on a very heavy pitch 2 games in a row. They had a lot more fresh legs in their starting 11 today and then at the end of the game than we did. We lost Louis Thompson early on, which was not ideal. We have to bring Sirs on, who was excellent by the way, but bring him on earlier than expected. Zach Jules playing his first game. So there's lots of factors that meant we weren't quite at our best, but at the same time we showed the other side, the mentality, the character, the willingness to work for each other, to stay connected, to fight against a really strong team. And so I'm proud of the players, and for that reason it's a good point. And as you said, we had some really good chances as well, and maybe on another day we score a couple more goals.
I've spoken to you enough times to know that you won't have been happy with either of the Sunderland goals.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only frustrating thing for me today. Well, it's not, there's a few, but the most frustrating thing for me is the goals we concede are just too poor. They're not. We don't make teams work hard enough. Some of our goals, the amount of work we have to do to score, and some of the quality of the goals we score has just been outstanding throughout the season, but just too soft. I didn't see the first one coming out of anywhere really. McGeady picks it up a long way from our goal, one pass and it's a goal. The second one was tiredness. We spoke about McGeady and trying to keep him outside as much as possible. We tell the guys to do that just before the corner is taken. We let him inside. The one guy who is not marked ends up with the ball and scores. So, I think, Toby, with every game, I always say to you, there's always stuff we can improve. And we're always really clear on what we're looking at, how we're judging the players. The players are the same. They're really honest with themselves, with us, with each other. So on Monday we'll go through that and we'll try and improve that and make sure it doesn't happen again. And that's the process, So there'll be some brilliant stuff to show the guys on Monday, and there'll be some stuff that will help us move forward and help us improve again. But this team's growing. I've said that all the time. They're growing a real connection and strength and togetherness, and that we have to maintain that moving forward.
What a way to respond, though. I mean, I think there was 3 minutes between their goal and Joe Mason equalising. There's clearly not a lot of hangover from Tuesday night.
Yeah, and again, against the opposition we're playing, I think to go 1-0 down that early, it'd be really easy to sort of feel sorry for yourselves, to go away from what we were doing. But I thought we were brilliant. I thought it was probably our best period of the game after conceding. So, credit to the guys. I don't think their character can be questioned. The personality they have, the willingness to keep trying to be what we want to be and to do what we want to do in conditions that are really tough and against a team that are very, very aggressive, well drilled and very athletic. That's why I said that's why I'm not too disappointed with a point, and that's why I feel a lot of pride in the players today.
You said you left Cameron Jerome out on Tuesday because you didn't think his head was going to be in the right place, but he certainly showed that he's fully focused on MK Dons. That was a real poacher's goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought he put in an incredible performance today. The intensity when and pressed that, he was a threat. He held the ball up well. He got other people in good positions, took his goal really well, goes through on goal late on and brought down, which is apparently not a free kick, but he's through on goal. So I thought he was a real threat. He showed unbelievable energy and intensity to the rest of the players, and I've said to him, when he shows that, the other players follow. And they did today, and he's a real leader within the group in the way that he goes about things, and he's a good pro, and his reaction today tells you everything you need to know about him. That he is here, he really cares, and despite what went on Monday, he's going to give us everything he's got. And if he gives us that, his performance in the second half against Wimbledon especially, and today, then we've got one of the best strikers in the division, there's no doubt about it. And the same for Joe Mason. I thought he was excellent as well.
I mean, there was a number of great players, but I think your whole back line really stood firm, didn't they? Harry Darling may have been named man of the match, but I thought Dean Lewington was incredible tonight. Yeah,
for me, he was probably. I'm just so pleased we've got him in our team. Another opposition manager that comes in and says, "How good's Dean Lewington still?" Everyone seems to expect him to not perform to the level he has because of his age, because of how long he's been here. Because if you look at him, he doesn't look like your stereotypical modern day footballer. But his performance was outstanding today. Really, really top. Defensive responsibility, the calmness on the ball. Top draw. And I'm just pleased he's with us and on side. And as I said to you, he's going to be all the time on this football club. There will be a place for Dean Lewington, whether that's on the pitch, off it. Hopefully, if he keeps putting in performances like that for a lot longer on the pitch still. So I thought they were great. The back three. Ethan Laird was, and when I look at Ethan Laird today, the difference between him now and the first game, miles apart. Brilliant. He was outstanding today, and that's where Zach's first game today he was. I thought he'd done really, really well, and he'll get up to speed with the intensity. And in 3 or 4 games, I'm sure you'll see a different Zach Jules as well if he's asked to play in that position again, which I thought he did. I thought he did well. So there's so much to be positive about, but there's so much to improve on as well. So it's maintaining, an equilibrium and the process and moving forwards.
He doesn't look your typical wing back, does he, Zach? He's certainly built more like a centre back.
Yeah, he's not really a wing back. We've asked him to do that because we felt we needed his energy and power. He's only had 2 days working on it in training this week, but I thought he did it really, really well. I thought he gave us real power, intensity. He won a lot in the air, and as I said, it's just a different intensity to him. It's a step up, and it will take a little while to get used to. But I'm really pleased with him. He's going to be a really good signing for us, and to do a job in a position that's not really going to be him long term here. I don't see him. I see him being part of that back three eventually. But with Dean Lewington playing so well, I wanted to get him in the team, and I thought he'd done really, really well. And there's definitely something to work with in that position as well. So he gives us versatility and flexibility, and I'm pleased with him.
I feel like I'm just listing the players and asking your thoughts on them, but Andrew Fisher at the end. I mean, he's come to the rescue a few times, but that's some stop at the end.
Yeah, we had to use him more than I would have liked today. There's no doubt about it. But as I said, both teams had some really good chances. And he makes a save just before that. Where our guys just looked really, really tired. And they were giving everything they've got. But it showed in the last 10-15 minutes. We had a lot of players who played 2 games on a heavy pitch. And the first save he made down to his right, and then he got up straight away and smothered it, was top draw. And then at the end there, he's so quick across his line, so athletic. He's going to be a top goalkeeper. There's no doubt about it. And we're very, very lucky to have him. And it's why Dean Thornton pushed so hard to get him in, because he realised the potential. They've got an incredible relationship. Dean pushes him hard. The other goalies push him hard. So shows you how important everyone is. And Fish, and a big mention for Dino as well, because he's a hugely important part of what we do. And Fish loves working with him, and that's why he wanted to sign here. And as I said to you, he signed a new deal now, but he came here and showed such a willingness to come and play. Took a huge pay cut, and it's paid off for him because now he's our number one. He's loved by everyone here, and he needs to keep growing.
Taking 4 points off Sunderland this season, that's a huge sign of intent for your side, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've shown in a lot of the games against the top teams how competitive we are. I think the frustration for us is that we are paying for a slow start when some of the performances were excellent and we didn't get the results to match it. And we're trying to catch up and claw back. But I think we've shown on our day that we can be a very, very good team at this level. That's why I'm so excited about the future. I think we very rarely had our best 11 on the pitch for a continuous, consistent run of games because of various factors. So if I take all that into account, then there's a lot to be really excited about. And if you look at the 4 points we've taken, and we've gone, toe to toe with these twice. Charlton away, an excellent performance. Ipswich at home, all these teams that are going to be thereabouts and around it. Doncaster now, who are absolutely flying. The way we performed against them early on. On our day, we can be as good as anyone. There's no doubt about it. But we are very young, and we're still very much a work in progress. And I said this season was going to be about transition, but what we are trying to do is give ourselves as much momentum, as much chance to work our way up the league now as possible, and see where it takes us, and try and look forwards rather than backwards. And every point gained, every win, every performance like that will help us do that, and then we can focus on pushing onwards and upwards in the league and really start building for the future.
Quick word on Ben Gladwin and Louis Thompson. Obviously, Louis limped out today, but Ben missed out through injury. What's the latest with him?
Yeah, I'm gutted for Louis. It's not as bad as last time. He just felt it a little bit, so he wanted to make sure he didn't fully get injured. Ben Gladwin came on Tuesday, and again, it's really difficult with these guys who have had injuries before, and bringing them back on a pitch like ours at the moment is tough. I've said to you, we're training on 3G, which is completely different surface, and it leaves some players vulnerable. There's nothing we can do about that. It is what it is. But it's also a big reason why we haven't been able to get our best 11 on the pitch regularly. So the difference in surface has cost Ben today, because he's tweaked a minor injury on Tuesday night, and we've assessed it and we've had it sorted, and hopefully he'll be back with us on Tuesday. If not, it will be next Saturday.
And it is hugely frustrating for Louis, isn't it? Given that he's spent so long out of the game, 10 weeks I think it was. He's just back, and it just feels like every time he gets going, it's yet another bump in the road for him.
Yeah, such a good player as well, and he's shown that the last few games how important he is to us, not only on the pitch but off it. But yeah, listen, if Louis Thompson is injury free and hasn't had the injuries he's had, he's not playing here anyway. He's playing regularly for Norwich, at least in the Championship. That's the truth of the matter. They saw him as good enough to give a 4-year deal after his first injury because they believe in him so much, as we do. And it's so frustrating that every time he gets a chance to show it, and he starts showing it, that something like this happens. So we have to maybe find a way to manage his minutes better. But when we have so many other injuries and stuff, we've tried to manage his minutes as much as possible during games. We obviously played in the middle of a back three on Tuesday, and he'd done not as much running as he usually would. But yeah, it's just it's difficult. It's a tough one to take. I feel gutted for him, but we'll have to see where how long this one is and see where he's at after. But he comes back brilliantly and fairly quickly with most things because of his mentality, and similar to Dean Lewington, really all the time I'm here, I want Louis Thompson part of our team.
Nice one, well done, Russ.
Thank you.
Russ, you spoke about the team's slow start at the beginning of the season, but over the last 6 games, your league form is the 8th best in the league. You must be really pleased that all the hard work that you've been doing over the past weeks and months has finally coming to.
Yeah, I wasn't aware it was that good at the moment, the form, but I think it makes it even more frustrating, if I'm honest. James, it makes it really, really frustrating because we are paying for a slow start, and but we also show them what we're capable of. We're putting ourselves back into that pack just above us, and it gives us a real chance now to kick on the last. And I've said to you before, to do that with the amount of injuries we've had, with new players coming in, the amount of change we've had is incredible. Really, it's testament to the guys. So we are building something here. I've said that to you. Short term, there was going to be a bit of pain. We've experienced some. We might still experience some because there's been so much change. But long term, we are trying to build something that we will have success with. And I think we're starting to show that. We're starting to show what, at times, what kind of team we can be. And we have to keep building and keep improving and keep striving for improvement.
I guess in football, when results aren't going your way, it's very, very easy or tempting to change philosophies and make changes tactically, but you stuck to your guns and the team is really starting to shine for it.
Yeah, I think when I took the job, I always said I want to do it my way and how I see the game, how I want my team to play. I want to enjoy watching our team. I'm very fortunate to have so many good people around me. You know, Luke Williams, Dean Thornton, Liam Sweeting, all the guys here, the staff now, the staff here, the group that we have been incredible supporters of it. They've never wavered in their belief in it. It's taken a lot at times for me to really dig deep and have a look, but and if you listen to other people, it would have been really easy to go away from it. But then, what's the point? I don't want to stand there and watch my team and not enjoy them and not feel connected to it. And I think if you speak to a lot of other managers who have been in a job, when they have external pressure and external voices, and they end up going away from what they really, really believe in or what they want, becomes really difficult then to ever go back to it. So, as I've said all along, the fans have been incredible with their patience. It's been some tough times already, of course, and I've said that, but I was aware of that, and I don't get too. I'm emotionally involved with the players, with a group of staff we have, but I don't get emotionally attached to results. I look at performances. We look at performances. We analyse and we follow a process that we really, really believe in, and ultimately we have to believe that it will work. And if it doesn't, I will. Whenever I leave this football club, hopefully it'll be in a long time to come after lots of success, but I will leave it knowing that I've done it in the way that I wanted to, in a way that I saw fit, and a way that I really enjoyed and believed in, and hopefully that will be, time will tell, but hopefully that will be successful for us.
Cheers, Russ.
No problems.
Russ, what were some of the similarities with the game here on Tuesday night?
I think it was quite a different game, to be fair. I thought it was. I think I spoke about on Tuesday. They probably didn't have much fear about us or the way that we played. I think today they showed a lot more respect in the way they set up. They were more aggressive, tried to stop us playing. They had real energy and aggression on the counter attack, especially, after that, it was, again, like Tuesday, it was difficult because for the last half hour we're chasing the game, we're down, we got a lot of young players on, but today it was quite a different game, I thought. So it was a proper, if you didn't know the context of the game, you'd come here as a neutral, you'd be watching, I think you'd be thinking there were two teams fighting at the top end of the table to win, and unfortunately we're just a little bit far behind at the moment.
Sure. It was pleasing to get back on the score sheet here after the last two games produced more difficult environments to score in.
I hadn't really thought about that. I think Charlton was frustrating. We got a lot of final third entries. We got in their box a lot. We didn't create enough. Today I thought we looked really threatening, really, really threatening, and we had some good chances on Tuesday before they scored the second goal. There's no doubt about it. But today I thought we had a real threat, and I liked us today in the attacking third for sure.
I thought Charlie Brown was good as well when he came on.
Yeah, we spoke about him yesterday, didn't we, in the press conference, and really, really pleased with Charlie and where he's going, where he's getting at, and he's definitely going to add to us between now and the end of the season. He's going to have an impact, and he's getting better and better, and I thought he was good when he came on.